Wetbrain Cheeks.
Hello. Welcome. No, but in all seriousness, welcome back to the Wetbrain Cheeks podcast, where we cannot believe our first ever episode hit, I don't know, give or take 115, 119 downloads, which is insane, considering that was before we even started recording this episode.
What's that? 3-4 days?
3 or 4 days, fucking 100 odd downloads. Not bad for
Happy.
two guys who don't have any sort of fucking...
I would have expected maybe 20 max, to be honest.
I would have been happy with 20 max.
10 of them probably would have been us.
Yeah.
Re-listening to it.
I've listened to it about 85 times already, so I don't know. Maybe it's all me. But no, yeah, thanks very much. We just didn't really expect that type of fucking reaction to it. Obviously, some people might be listening to it out of general interest. Some might be out of curiosity. Some people might be listening to it just out of pure hatred because they want to hate us even more.
I'd say that's most.
Yeah, but that's fine. That is absolutely fine. You keep giving us them plays, man. But
Dean went through the stats of where people were listening from, because he's in control of all that stuff, not me. I'm the talent. He's the geek.
Yeah, full social media.
He's the geek. But he was looking through the stats of where people were listening from and all this kind of stuff. I don't know anything about it, but 2 people from California, which was
bizarre,
pretty bizarre. Or it might have been the same person in California listened twice. But
even the fact that it reached California on like its second day or something.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then 2 in Vancouver, which was to be expected because I lived there for like 3 years. And then there's one in Australia, which we assume was Anto Whelan.
If it wasn't Anto Whelan, respect though, we still like you, Anto Whelan, but you should probably listen to the podcast.
If you listen to the second episode, I was like, that wasn't me, Anto. You're still sound.
You're slacking, but you're still sound. Yeah. So for the occasion, we decided that we're going to drink Guinness for the second episode.
Very cliche.
Oh,
what is that? Yeah, bubbly shit that comes out.
Nitrous oxide or something.
100%.
Oh! He actually did it.
He did it.
Actually did it. I can't
For fuck's sake.
Owen Hegarty, right, last week, he wrote down a load of notes, and on the way to recording the podcast, he lost all his notes and had to write them again. Today, I met Owen to go and record the podcast, and he also lost all his notes that he spent like a good hour and a half on writing down. So he wrote them all out again.
Sizzle, man.
And he's just after pouring a lot of Guinness all over them. He's pouring both for Guinness, by the way, because I am not confident enough.
Yeah, but now my notes are completely covered in Guinness now.
Here's thoughts.
What have you been up to?
Me?
Yeah.
Working.
I haven't seen you since last week.
Yeah.
You look like shit.
I actually do look like shit. I've been through the wars. You look great, though. You had a bit of a shave.
I did have a shave.
Clean shaven.
I shaved today.
What?
I did shave today.
I don't like it clean shaven.
No, I'm not mad about it myself, and I know, like, right, I'll tell you what happened, right?
Right.
I was in work last Sunday.
Fuck off.
Don't be a dick. I'm trying to tell a story. Fuck off. But no, I was in work last Sunday, just doing my thing. Not the boss, the owner comes in, and he was like, how's everything going? Blah, blah, blah. Fine. Then he just throws this at me. Are you growing a beard? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no, not really. I only normally shave when I get a haircut, so it's not really a beard, it's more laziness. And he was like, oh, well, looks like you're growing a beard. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was real, like, I was getting, like, grilled. It was real passive-aggressive as well. It was like, he was almost saying, like, you should have had a shave before you came to work today.
Did you not know I was coming in? You should have had a shave for me coming in, like...
That's what it was like. It was fucking really passive-aggressive. I was like, oh, no. Like...
Man, I've actually never known another profession to have more beards than the chefing industry.
I know! Yeah. But mine's not trimmed up. I just let it go. Like, do you know what I mean? And then he was like, oh, no, other lads having beards in here, but it doesn't look like yours. I was like, right, definitely I need to go home and have a fucking shave. Like, I felt... It was so fucking awkward that I just went into the back and I was like, I'm not going near him again. And I said it to one of the girls I was working with. I was like, do I look rough, like scruffy, like a fucking knacker? Like, do you
He
know what I
actually passively aggressively bullied you into having a shave.
mean? And then I asked one of the girls, she's like, no, like it doesn't look that bad. I was like, was that really fucking awkward, that conversation I had with the boss? And she was like, yeah, it was very uncomfortable.
That's mad.
And then I wasn't going. I was like, nah, fuck it. And I was like, no, I'll have a shave today because I won't have a shave tomorrow because I'm going to be dying. And I'll go into work and it'll be probably worse. And I'll be like, oh, I noticed you still have that beard growing on your face. I'm like, I don't need that. I don't need that of a Saturday. Like, do you know what I mean?
Still recovering from the Thursday on the Saturday.
Do you know what I mean?
There's some lad going mad about your beard.
Bollocks. That would say, like, I'm gonna stay off the drink this weekend. Sweeping declaration, I'm staying off the drink this weekend. But if he says that to me on Saturday with a full beard going on, I'll be straight back home on a mad one.
Don't like. Oh, I can't. You know what? After that, I can't even remember what I thought you were gonna say there. But
I'm in my notes. Right, I seen on my Facebook memories today that. Well, how many years ago was it we went to see Limp Bizkit? I seen it. You seen it?
7
years ago. Would it be 7 years ago? 6 years?
2014.
Oh, it definitely would have been.
7.
Yeah, 7 fucking years ago. Jesus, went to see Limp Bizkit
on this day.
Yeah, 7 years. That's why it was in my memories for the day. Fucking hell, man.
Alright, you think your boss was fucking passive aggressive?
No, I'm not passive aggressive, just aggressive. You were just an idiot. What the hell, No, and we went to see Limp Bizkit, and that was a great gig. It was very last minute. You got 2 tickets, like, off fucking.
I can actually remember
that
how
ticket finder
it
kind of
came
thing.
about.
And it was like really last minute. Got the tickets, went to it, and it was a fucking great gig.
Yeah, it was
like
actually.
we were thinking about going to it, but we didn't.
I think we were a little bit worried that they were going to play all new songs because they were supposed to have a new album out, and then they played just all classics, and it was unreal.
It was really good. I'd put that out there as one of my top gigs.
Do you have any other top gigs?
What would your favourite gig you've been to? I don't mean
Obviously,
because there's 2 ways to ask what a favourite gig is, right? Band performance
or just buzz.
or the absolute buzz and session. Like, there's 2 ways to ask that. But I want to know just best gig performance, best performance you've been to.
I think I have a few. I think because I'm so fond of Limp Bizkit, and same as yourself, that performance at that moment in time for me was like the fucking best.
It was a good buzz, but like, what's the best just straight out gig you've been at?
I think for myself there has been a lot. But there's 2 that stand out for me, and you weren't at either of them. But the first one that stands out for me is And So I Watch You From Afar, for their 3rd album release in Whelan's, which is like, Whelan's is fucking tiny. It's like the size of your average sitting room, and they just fucking rock the place out. And there's an instance where they play a song called Secretaries to Kill, and I had to get out of the pit, and I left my uncle. I was with my uncle, left my uncle, and left him to go fucking destroy the pit. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I went up, got a drink of water, and brought
Water?
I know, and I got the water, and I brought it back down to the edge of the fucking, like, there was the whole crowd was a pit basically because it's so small. So I kind of got to the edge of the crowd, and in Secretaries to Kill, there's a part where it like breaks down and it goes do do woo. So at that moment when I was standing at the back of the crowd, when I went woo, I got my glass of water and I fucked it into the crowd, and your man that was standing directly in front of me just turned around to me and went,
oh, he slapped you in the face. I remember you telling me that.
Just slapped me straight in the face. No, like, nod or anything after. Just proper slap, as if to say, don't ever do that again. I went, okay then. I just accepted it and went on my way. Like, that was
a slap.
The second one.
A slap. No, actually, now that you say that, you're the bollocks for doing that.
Oh, no,
I would actually say you're the cunt for doing that.
Yeah, I've done that a lot of times.
Yeah, because I remember when we were at Royal Blood, we got separated. Then we all ended up back at a session of my gaff. And then I got one of the people who were with us showed me a video of you at the gig with 2 pints going, wait till you see this, wait till you see this. And we went to, wait for it. It was like, and
wait for the breakdown.
And just fired 2 pints straight into the crowd. And he was going, no way, Dino.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I
Do you
don't
get
know.
the urge to do that?
I don't know. It's like this thing inside me, man. Sure, I went to block party with
Like that's I know. I knew this was gonna come up as
Yeah.
well because you're a fucking nuisance. That's what you are.
Basically, I went to block party with my pregnant girlfriend at the time and our friend Ryanair, who met us in town at the gig.
And you would think Dean would just be like, "Oh, me pregnant missus is with me. I won't drink tonight. We'll just enjoy a bit of music."
Oh no, I was like drinking from about 4 o'clock that day, and we got in there, and I was like, I wasn't even that bad when we got in there, but once we got in there, I was bad.
Is that the time you went to the gig without me? So you wore the t-shirt with me on it?
Oh yeah, I did actually, because obviously me and I was talking about going to see Block Party, and we always end up like missing it, or else they never played. and
Or
stuff
I
like
went
that,
to
so-
see them. You didn't go see them.
Yeah, we're always
A
like
lot.
passing chips in the night, so I wore the t-shirt with Owen's face on it. But
I was there.
basically, oh, you were in Canada at the time. That's why it happened.
Yeah, I know that.
I know you know, but they might not know.
Fucking hell, man.
But basically,
Chill the fuck out.
I obviously got very fucking drunk, and Ryanair was not that drunk. Amy was obviously clearly not drunk at all. So I decided to have one of them moments, and I don't even think like Block Party don't have an awful lot of breakdowns in their songs that is worthy of a point throw. And it might have been like
You just
during-
lost it and fired it.
I still remember something. I just fucked a point at something, but because I was so drunk, it didn't make it past the first person.
You just hit them in
So
the back
I
of the
just
head.
hit the first person that was in front of me, and they were just like, "What the fuck?" It was 2 birds and 1 guy, and I had to apologise to them after and everything.
You got 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I got
But,
birds with 1 pint.
But
None of this is what I asked you. Just give me your 2 straight answers.
Right.
Give me your 2 straight answers now.
and so I watched it for Farm Whelan's in like 2014, we'll say. Also, maybe actually 2013, and Slipknot in 2015.
Ooh.
Which was in fucking insane. I just want to also add a disclaimer that I also went to see my last ever gig before COVID happened was also Slipknot, and I went with the same person. Like the first time there was loads of people, this time I went with me and Steve-O. And I got so drunk that I felt really sick, so I had to sit in the corner for the whole gig and fell asleep during Slipknot for the whole set. And that's when I knew I was a dad.
That's
It wasn't the fact that my children are nearly like 4 and 2. I was a dad at that moment that I couldn't stay awake during a Slipknot gig.
That's embarrassing.
What are yours?
So I am allowed to speak.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I am
Well,
allowed.
it's usually fucking you.
I am allowed to speak.
Sometimes.
Wait till you hear my answers.
Go on.
Probably Limp Bizkit that night, which is a story we already told, so that was cool. And then it's very cliche, but you haven't seen him, so you don't know. Elton John.
I know, I believe that.
Elton John. 3 hours of hits, no opening act. Fucking unreal.
I genuinely believe
Storyteller as well. Just breaks down.
that.
Just
He is the
tells
star
all
of
the
the show, like.
Elton John's the fucking man.
I'm actually a
I'd
bit
say
jealous.
that it'd be between them two
Did
or
you go see Elton in Vancouver or before that?
Elton in Vancouver, yeah. And I was so lucky to get tickets to Elton John because they were.
That wasn't the one when you got kicked out, was it?
No.
Who was that?
I got kicked out of a lot of gigs.
Yeah, well, remember when you fell down the stairs now?
Oh, that was Arctic Monkeys over in
Oh, yeah,
Vancouver.
right.
Yeah. I actually did. I actually threw pints into the crowd that night
Did
as well.
you
But we were
actually?
in standing seats, so everyone seen me do it, and I just threw it from the top.
They were probably playing all their new album as well.
No, they weren't. They were actually playing a great set.
Imagine just real, like, mellow music. You're just there, yeah!
No, I just fired. I don't know what happened with me that night, but I did kind of just lose it. But Elton John, what happened was I didn't have a ticket.
Right.
I wanted to have a ticket. He was doing like 4 nights in Vancouver, maybe 3 nights, and added one after. I'm not sure, but he was doing like an extensive tour of everywhere. He toured for like nearly 2 years.
It's supposed to be his last tour.
It's I 100% believe it's his last tour, and he sold out immediately. I didn't even try to get them, but then I seen afterwards. I went on to like StubHub and I was looking for tickets
Ticket
there.
sales, like-
It was ridiculous. They were doing tickets that were behind because it's in a stadium, so they're doing tickets from behind the stage.
For like a couple of grand.
350
Oh, really, yeah?
a ticket,
Jesus.
maybe 400, and you couldn't even see him. you'd have to look at the screen at the opposite end of the stadium. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. One day, went in, I was having a few beers, went on the StubHub, and there was 2 tickets going for 110 each. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this can't be real. So I just went, fuck it, just go for it.
Oh, yeah, straight away.
And bought them. That was it, 100% real. And they were amazing seats. Because it's Elton John, it's all seated anyway into the stadium. It was like stage center. We were like left upper, but like lower upper. Because it was like back. But this was like lower upper. It was like perfect to sit there and watch Elton John. I was like, this is amazing.
That is great.
And then we got there just as he was coming on, and it was like, I was kind of drunk going to it, but then when I actually sobered up the whole way through because I didn't want to go for beers. I was like, I was so engrossed in it. I was like, this is probably the best.
It's not often you get to see.
Yeah, I was like, you know what I mean? I don't mind when you're at a gig and you're like, oh, miss a song or two here. I was like, nah, these are all like the songs you want to hear. You didn't want to miss anything.
But he's only going to play, well, like,
that's it.
It's Elton John. He's going to play the best songs, like, do you know what I mean?
And he's probably not going to play anymore unless it's at like charity events or whatever, things that we wouldn't be invited to. But we might be. If this takes off, Elton, we're in. Yeah. We're in. We could be our opener act. Just sitting there talking.
But yeah, that is actually a good fucking. Is that your main one? Is that your main gig? Like,
in terms of music, Elton John was the best one I've been to. Actually, because it's normally I'm at a gig, I just get full and remember only half of it. Yeah, and they're great gigs.
I feel your pain.
But music, that was the best I've ever seen, and it was just perfect. So talking about gigs, anyway, you're the only. You know this, right? Way better than I do. I keep getting confused on these 2 stories, right? Yeah. We went to see Steve-O from Jackass doing his stand-up spoken word kind of thing. Yeah. And we went to see CKY. Yeah. Steve-O was in Vicar Street. Yeah. CKY was in Voodoo Lounge.
Yeah. Opposite sides of the keys.
Yeah. I was absolutely rat-arsed at both of them. More so at CKY. Incidents happened at both of them. Yeah. And I can never tell the story correctly because you always interrupt me and say, no, that wasn't CKY, that was Steve-O. Or that wasn't Steve-O, that was CKY. So for once and for all, can you just clear this up for me? What happened? Run me down quickly both stories.
Yeah, well, basically, without going into too much detail, right? Steve-O happened first. Steve-O, we went to the gig. Stuff happened. We were full at the gig. We got pictures taken with Steve-O and stuff like that.
That was in Vicar Street, though.
That was in Vicar Street.
Right.
And when we left the gig, I'm pretty sure I got my book signed. We got pictures taken with Steve-O. We went straight home. We went to O'Shea's, and when we got to O'Shea's, I felt sick.
You puked in the urinal.
I puked in the urinals in O'Shea's and had to go home because I couldn't. Basically, once I get sick, that's it. I'm done. And you stayed out, I think, and that was it. So for CKY,
so that was that night.
Yeah, that was Steve-O.
Right. Okay.
And then for CKY, basically the whole thing was our last ever gig together because you were moving to Canada. So we got fucking rat-faced.
That was the last one, was it?
Like, it was the last planned gig.
Is that why we went all out for it?
Oh, we went all out.
Like, I know we normally get absolutely fucking stoushly drunk, but I felt like there was a reason.
Is stoushly a word?
It is now, and it made sense though. You would, if you didn't question that, everyone would have been okay with that. You know what I mean?
All right then.
We stopped our nanny's gaff that night, didn't we?
We stopped at my nanny's gaff that day, and you were already quite full. I was not I wasn't sober either, but you were quite full. And then when we got into town, it took us a while to find the Voodoo Lounge, and we got there because neither of us had been there before. And we got there, and the bouncers were a bit dubious of us as people. And we got in, and everything was fine. We got into the crowd, and basically the bouncers eyed you up straight away because you're like 6'2" and you were just messy. And I think we were doing silver bullets at the bar.
Was that the Pokemon t-shirt night?
Yeah. So you had your bright yellow Pokemon t-shirt, hard to miss. Like,
didn't even fit me.
Yeah, no, it did. But there's videos to prove that also. But basically, the gig started, and I can actually remember the gig starting. I can't remember what song it started off with, but everything was fine, and the crowd was kind of, you know, when you're in like a crowd that's quite tight knit, the crowd bobs and flows. So when it's flowing, you kind of have to go with it. Owen was that drunk that he could not flow with it. So anytime the crowd moved, Owen was on the deck, and he was starting to piss people off around him. And I was pulling him back up now, and he wasn't being a nuisance, like he wasn't annoying people or anything like that. He was just being like drunk, but not an arsehole drunk. He was just drunk, so he needed to be looked after basically. And the bouncer came out to me and he was like, "What's the story with him?" And I was like, "Look, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Like he's grand. He's not harming anyone. He's just drunk." And they were like, "Right, grand." So something happened in the middle of a song. I think it was like the third song or something like that. Owen hit the deck again, and the lads behind him, who had obviously had enough of him falling, started kicking him in the head. So when I saw that they were kicking him in the head, I just turned around, saw the first lad that I seen that was after being kicked in the head. I grabbed him by the collar of his shirt and I loved him. And I can actually, still in my mind's eye, see the blood going in slow motion, just like his nose exploded. And they all kind of ran off, and when I turned around, I could just see the bouncer looking at me going, "You!" And I was like, "Oh shit." So I picked Owen up. He came out to me, he was like, "I thought you were looking after your mate. I didn't think it was going to be you that's going to have to be kicked out." And I was like, "Look, I know, sorry, shouldn't have done that, but you didn't see them kicking him in the head." He's like, "Right, you're going to have to leave." And I was like, "That's no problem." I was like, "Right, grand, out." Well, I was like, "Can I at least get my jacket out of the cloakroom?" And he's like, "Yeah, no problem." Dropped me to the cloakroom. I said, "I'll leave straight after this." And then when I was standing to queue for my jacket in the cloakroom,
I don't remember any of this. I do not remember any of this happening whatsoever. This is why I get mixed up in these stories.
Basically, when I was standing to the cloakroom, I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" Like 3 songs in, then all you hear is this fucking argy-bargy behind me. It's just this, "Oh, that fucking Baya, you fucking bastard, you!" And I turn around and there's Owen Hardy, like a fucking Scooby-Doo cartoon, with his heels dug into the ground and 2 fucking bouncers trying to drag him out of the venue. And obviously you can imagine like that. And so then I turned around, I was like, "Can I have his jacket as well?" Like, because obviously he's getting kicked out. And I was like, "I'm being civil, but Owen is just being like dragged out by his heels." And they were like, "Yeah, no problem." So they kicked us out then. And then basically for some reason, instead of just going to the
did I not try to walk out in front of a bus or something?
I think you actually nearly got hit by a bus. Yeah,
I didn't want to kill myself. I just accidentally tried to walk in front of a bus, apparently.
Yeah.
I remember hearing part of this story.
Yeah.
See, I thought that was Steve-O.
No, like you nearly basically, because it's on right on the keys. Like Steve-O, if you walk out in front of a car, it's a big wide road. But
Yeah,
because
right.
it's on the Voodoo Lounge side, it's like it's the normal road on the fucking O'Connell
The
Street
main
side.
keys.
That's like, it's a fucking tin road. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're getting hit by something, you're getting hit. And I remember the bouncer being like, "Holy shit!" But basically, after that, after I nearly died by bus,
Via bus.
via bus, we went to fucking, for some reason, I decided to bring us to a kebab shop right beside Vicar Street, which is really out of the way to the Voodoo Lounge. Like, it's not that close to it at all, and which is right beside Vicar Street, which is why Owen gets confused about which happened when,
Yeah,
for
but
which gig. Like.
Did I not wear the same T-shirt or something? No.
No, not for Steve-O, because nothing happened for Steve-O.
I don't know.
Steve-O was
I'm
grand.
very confused.
But when we got to this kebab shop, that I was like, "This is a renowned kebab shop. We'll get a good kebab and we'll go home." Because we obviously time to kill, because we were finished in that gig way earlier, about an hour and a half earlier than we
And
expected.
it started early. It was about 8 o'clock or something, wasn't it? If I remember it being bright.
Basically, when we got to the kebab shop, there was like about 4 or 5 little scroats in there from town who were just like giving the staff abuse, being racist, being little arseholes.
See, this part I remember. It was a bit of a walk, so I kind of got my head together. And I just remember coming in there and these lads were just being knobheads.
Yeah.
Like proper dick cheese.
And I don't even think they were out anywhere. I think they were just out to
Out for
cause
fucking...
trouble. Like,
For nonsense.
so naturally, me and Owen, being as drunk as we were, start giving them shit back, and we just didn't stop.
Yeah,
And
I think I
eventually-
got the whole racism thing fucking is harsh on me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I said something, but I didn't. I was that full, I thought it was kind of like I was just being tongue-in-cheek about it. But obviously, I didn't realise who I was even saying it to or whatever.
To be honest, I think most of it was tongue-in-cheek, but
They found 2 fucking idiots.
yeah, that wouldn't let it go, basically. So we were in there, and then they left the shop, but they waited outside. Owen was sitting with his back to the door, and I was sitting facing the door, and I was looking out at them, and it was like they were calling all their homies. They were like
homies.
They were
he
literally
says.
calling the cavalry, like, do you know what I mean? And I just went, I said, Owen, I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, one of them has a fucking hammer out there. I was like, we're gonna get battered. Like, we went up to your man. We were like, look, can we leave out the back door because they're gonna fucking kill us? Like, and he was just like, no. He was like,
No.
not a hope.
Oh, we fucking stood up for you, prick.
Yeah, we basically kicked them. We kicked them out of the shop basically for being racist, and then he was just like, no,
You only was
can't
allowed
do
to
that.
bounce out the back door, like.
And he was just like, no. So we basically had to pick our moments. So as soon as we'd seen a couple of them scatter from the door, we didn't run. We walked briskly out of the door, and then all you could hear behind us was, "Hey you, Pikachu!" And then we just went, "Pachoo!"
Yeah.
up to Tara Street train station. And,
Yeah, it was like Tara Street Station was the Pokeball.
Yeah.
And it just zoop, zapped us straight into it, like.
That Pikachu straight.
So that
like
wasn't Steve-O, no?
No, that was CKY.
I've got something for you.
Right.
Alright, here we go. Would you rather?
Oh.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
I'm getting serious
All
now.
right,
I'm
here
getting
we go.
serious. I'm getting serious
I'll get
now.
me a drink.
This is what the notes are all about. My scroll
Yeah.
scroll is out.
It's looking great.
Would you rather no taste or be colourblind?
I think I'd rather be colourblind. I enjoy food a lot.
Yeah, no,
As you
I'd
know.
be the same. I'd be the same.
Like, how can a chef be rather be fucking?
These are quick fire, yeah?
Alright. Alright, sorry.
These are quick fire.
Alright.
Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
Oh shit, man.
That's tough.
Is
That's
that supposed
deep.
to be? Is that supposed to be a quick fire?
No, this one's not.
Alright.
This one's not quick fire.
That's fucking hard.
This is a thinker. This is a thinker.
Oh man, like
Cause or
realistically, if you
cause
know,
or date.
if you know the cause, that's even worse.
You're avoiding.
You're avoiding
You're
everything.
avoiding that for the rest of your life.
And then
but
if
if you know the date,
you're dreading that date coming.
I know my answer.
Do you?
Yeah,
What's your answer?
date.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you know the date, you can do whatever the fuck you want up till that day.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you know the
actually.
cause, like say the cause was, I don't know, whatever it
being
is.
steamrolled or something, like, imagine.
Well, it doesn't have to be gruesome.
Oh,
It could be like
natural
it
causes
could be
or something.
diabetes or something. You could just avoid sugar.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But it could be, like
just
it
presume
could be
everything is
it could be
disaster.
something ridiculous like getting hit by a car and dying.
Hmm.
But you'd be like, oh fuck, I'm never gonna cross the road again.
Or get in the car.
No, getting hit by a car.
Yeah, you might get hit by a car in another car.
You see, that's why it leaves the issue. That's why.
Alright,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
So I think date.
Yeah, I agree with you then.
Right, I've got another one saved here on my phone. Right,
Right.
this one's fucking. This could go on for a while.
Right.
This is more than a thinker, right?
Right.
Would you rather fight a chicken to the death every time you get in a car, or fight an orangutan to death once a year, but you get a sword
I think I'd rather fight a chicken to death every time I get into a car.
every time?
Every time, because I feel like that once a year orangutan fight, I actually might die from. Do you know what I mean? I think you'd be able to take on an orangutan with a sword, but me? Have you met me?
You have a sword.
Yeah. Have you met me?
Have you seen the length of a sword?
Size doesn't always matter.
Every time you get in, say you're on a night out, right?
Yeah.
Taxi home, chicken.
Chicken.
You have to kill it.
Yeah, I'd probably enjoy that. That would be the best night out ever, man.
I've no answer for this question, by the way. I just want to see what you had to say about it.
Yeah, I think chicken all day long.
But imagine, bollocks, freeze now, so I'll just get a taxi down the road. I forgot about it. I'm going to have to kill this chicken again.
Imagine someone, right? You're in work and someone goes, "Do you want to lift home?" Yeah, no bother. You get into the car.
Yeah.
They're like, "What the fuck?"
Someone that doesn't know about it. Someone
They're
that
like,
doesn't know about
Where
it.
the fuck did that chicken come from?
Or even if, like, you have to like, an hour to wait for the bus and someone pulls up, "Do you want to lift home?" I was like, yeah, but look, if I get into this car, you're not going to be happy. Why?
I'm gonna have to fight.
I'm going to have to fight a chicken to the death. Now, do you know what? I'm not giving you a lift home. You're mental. Next person comes along. Yeah, fuck, I'll get in. But then again, I don't think I'd like to stab an orangutan every
No.
year with
Once
a sword.
a year, like-
Once a year is not bad though.
Yeah, but one orangutan a year, do you have
You'd
that
start to
guilty
learn how to
conscience?
do it. It was like, oh, here he is.
It's not about that. Could you
Neck.
what?
Done.
Where would you have the more guilty conscience? Would you have a guilty conscience killing a chicken every time you get into a car?
Man, I don't want to kill any animal.
I know, but if you
You
had
know
to,
I'm vegetarian now.
I know. I didn't want to bring it up. Like if you had to kill one
Well,
animal,
no, chickens die regularly.
yeah.
So yeah, maybe the
Do you
chicken.
know what I mean?
Maybe
Orangutans
the
are basically
chicken.
extinct. You
All you
can't-
do is get a chicken by the neck and do that. Just swing your wrist.
I swear to God, if you're going around right, and how you get your fucking
I don't know.
if you get your jollies right by fucking stabbing an orangutan with a fucking katana sword once a year.
What the fuck is a katana sword?
It's a Japanese ninja sword, right?
Wow. So obviously you want to fight the orangutan once a year.
Well, look,
If you know the names of swords, you should be fighting.
if it. Well, that's it. That's my answer, sword. Then I'll fight the orangutan.
that?
What is that on it?
Did I spill on the ground?
Just spill on your smokes
Oh, it must have spilled on the ground, man.
or your smokes.
No, the ground.
Did you know?
Oh.
Right,
Oh.
Yeah,
I like
there
a
you go.
did you know. I like a did you know.
right. Swindon Town is the only football league team that doesn't have a letter of the word mackerel in it.
Wait, what? Like an anagram?
Yeah, no, but Swindon Town is the only football league team in the whole of the English Football League that doesn't have a letter of the word mackerel in it.
A letter of the word mackerel.
Yeah,
Mackerel.
it's the only one.
What, who? Who figured that out? Who figured that? Why?
I just saw it on Twitter. I thought it was pretty
Is that
good.
true?
That's the true fact.
Well, you read it on Twitter, so it has to be fucking
It
true.
must be true. These people fact check.
They're doing their fucking bollocks. The only thing I believe on fucking Twitter is Opta Joe.
Oh, Up to Joe is full of stats.
Wait. Mackerel?
Yeah.
Well, I'm spelling out mackerel. M-A-C-K-E-R-E-L.
EREL.
He just bypassed the way I was spelling it. But anyway, that's a real that's a real fact.
That's a lot of teams.
Mackerel. M-A.
CK.
Yeah, so what? Man City.
Yeah. Have M. They have A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't fit the word mackerel into the team.
No, obviously, no. You can't. Right.
I don't get this. I don't really fucking get this.
Mackerel, right, is spelled MACKEREL. Yeah.
Yeah.
Swindon Town is the
he's the only one that doesn't.
Yeah.
Right now I get it. Swindon Town. Mackerel.
Jesus Christ, man.
I was there thinking, do you know what? You don't want no eye to be thinking half the time.
Fuck me.
That was good. That was a good fact. It took me a long time to get to it, but
It is a good fact. The other thing I want to say was
I'm going to set up a team called Mackerel Town, right?
and get them
and get them up.
to the championship. Like,
Yeah, I'm going to get that ran over car money, buy a football team, bring them up to the football
would you
league.
call them Mackerel Town or would you call them Mackerel FC?
No, AFC Mackerel.
Yeah, Mackerel Wednesday.
Mackerel Wednesday. Imagine running a team called Mackerel Wednesday.
I think
That's the fucking dream.
if
right
we do
there.
well with this, right?
If the podcast does well, right? We're gonna swear that we're gonna start a team called Mackerel Wednesday. Now we don't care how far they get, so you all better start listening and making us money, so we can start a team called Mackerel Wednesday.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, that'd be good. That would be good.
Yeah.
Mackerel Wednesday. Right, now is the time to go on to the questions.
Yeah,
This is my favourite part. This is actually my
Man,
favourite
that
part.
smoke is dangerously close to my arm.
Don't make me put it out in your
I
nip.
No, I felt the heat.
Alright, listen.
Right,
No,
questions?
this is my favourite part. When we didn't actually expect anyone to send us in questions. Loads of people sent us in questions, right? But we're gonna go through them all. When we edit it down, some of you might be cut out, or your answers will be short. But we want to go through them all, and we will go through them all, and we love the questions. They make it more fun, actually.
Yeah. How do they get the figs in the fig rolls? That's to you, Owen.
Or it's in a factory, I'd imagine. I wouldn't even say it's like real figs. I'd say to get like a fig concentrate, like a paste, flatten it out, and then there would be one part of a conveyor belt that would have biscuit already done. That would go down, the fig, it'd be like a fig cake that would fall down onto the bottom biscuit, and then the other biscuit would fall down on top. Then it'll go through another conveyor belt. It would leave the lines on top, and
Melds
then
it together. Like.
straight into a packet.
Hashtag chef knowledge. Where is the best chicken Philly in Balbriggan?
Now, obviously, I don't eat meat anymore, but I do miss a good chicken fillet roll.
You know.
Where's the best chicken fillet roll in Balbriggan? Right, of the places that are open now, I would say Spar, main Spar.
Yeah.
Like,
Top Spar.
Top Spar.
Only Spar at the minute.
Yeah. Bottom Spar, actual best chicken fillet roll.
Really, do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
No one fucking goes in there.
But
You
like-
go into Londis, bollocks. Any roll out of there, shy.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Jake got a knife in a roll one time, remember? But anyway, that's a story for another fucking situation. But
Alright. This is a good question, and I'm glad I'm not the one that has to answer it. I think the best person is answering it just the way that it goes. Weirdest sexual encounter.
is that for me, yeah?
That's for you, pal.
Okay. I think I know what story you're thinking of. So I'm gonna go with it. I was working in Clontarf. Was texting someone. She said, "Let's go for a few drinks." I said, "Alright." And then I knew there was going to be a session. So after the few drinks, I was like, I should come back to the lads, have a few drinks, blah, blah, blah. And so we got the train back from town. And we were coming back, and on the way home, she was like, we were already like pretty full at this stage. And she was on the way home, she was like, "Oh, I'm on my period, so we're not going to have sex tonight." So I was like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, I'm just going back to the lads, so it doesn't really matter. Like, we're going to have a good buzz." Came back here, having a good buzz. Dean then eventually came back from the gaff when he was working at McDonald's. He was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" Turned the session up a bit. It was a good laugh. And then eventually, at some point during the night, I went up for a piss. She grabbed me and was like, "Come on in here." I was like, "Okay, fuck it." And after her telling me that she's on her period, I was like, "Oh, I don't really care. I'll just go for it anyway. Doesn't bother me."
Naturally.
Yeah. And then we were at it, and I was like, I could see blood, so I was like, "Oh, you really are on your period?" And she's like, "No, I'm not." I was like, "What the fuck?" Well, there's blood coming from somewhere. So I pulled out, turned on the light, and there was just blood. There was blood pissing out of the end of my dick. And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was freaked. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. It was just going everywhere. So my natural reaction was to shout downstairs and like, Dean, I'm bleeding from my dick. Come up here, quick." So embarrassing for her, obviously.
So I ran up with a fucking video camera.
Yeah. And here's me standing there in the room. Like, I was standing up. I'd like my hands cupped under my dick. And there was like a pool of blood in my hands coming from my dick. And he was like, "What the fuck is going on in here?" And I just like dropped the blood on the floor. And according to him, it looked like I'd murdered someone
Because
on the bed.
Because I had the video camera, obviously the girl that Owen was with was like really fucking mortified and ran out of the room like instantly. But Owen just stood there explaining what happened on video with his fucking bloody dick out. And I basically spanned the camera across the room. And because I had like the camera light on, it was like a scene from fucking CSI. It was just like blood all across the bed.
It was everywhere. It was all over the floor. It was all over me. It was like down my legs and everything. It was just like, what the fuck has just happened to me?
Did you not end up getting the whole fucking bed dry cleaned? Basically, like all the dressing, like
paper,
sheets,
dry cleaning, everything.
duvet, pillows, all that.
Yeah, 40 quid it cost me, man.
Yeah. It is a weird insight.
It was mental. I know. I wouldn't say embarrassing things that really happened to me, but that was kind of like, it was embarrassing for her. So yeah, that would probably be it.
The question wasn't embarrassing.
What was it?
Weird.
Oh yeah. Well then, yeah, that was definitely the weirdest thing that's happened to me in sex. And of course, Dean was part of that.
Yeah.
Are you going to do some video streams for YouTube? No, Jake. We're not going to do video streams for YouTube. Sorry to disappoint you. You just have to see us in a while, yeah?
I don't know though. I think we could eventually.
We could eventually, but not now.
Not right now, no.
Do you know what? We should just change the podcast to people asking us questions. The next question is good. It's weird as fuck, and I'm well into it, and I'm glad you have to answer it. So, would you rather have balls for ears or willy for a nose?
You're saying it's weird, like it's going to be a hard question to answer, but it's really not a hard question to answer.
Balls for ears or willy for a nose?
Willy for nose, 100%. Imagine you being in a 69. Imagine it. Your nose penetrates, your tongue licks. You're in, man. That is like you have become the dream.
I don't think it was a sexual question, Dean.
Oh.
I think it was more like appearance-wise.
Oh. Well, like, if people could see how small it was on my face, then they wouldn't have any expectations of me.
There's no... Alright, fair enough. Like, you've got this one. I think you told somebody to ask you this question because you have it down to a T. You have it down to a fucking T. Go on.
Is it true?
Oh.
Right.
Oh,
I said that with a bit of panache. Is it true?
I don't like that. I don't like is it true. I don't like the is it true part.
That only
once I hear that, trouble for me.
Well, it starts off with you, so you better get fucking prepared. Is it true
Right.
that only Higgs is from the Is it true that only Higgs is from the Knoll and Dean is from Skerries?
Oh, fuck off!
Is that like an alternate reality?
Oh, fuck off!
You do have some strange fashion.
No, I'm
sense.
in absolutely... I know I do wear weird shit, but I don't go around in fucking Doc Martens jeans and a checkered shirt. You may forget about it. You from Skerries though, that would be good. I'd actually love to plant you in Skerries and see how you get on. I don't think you'd fare for it.
I don't think so either. I don't think I'd fit in very well.
I think I'd be okay in Skerries.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd get on.
You could do the whole hipster.
No, I'd get on well as long as I don't get drunk.
Like, you call me a hipster, but I think you'd work better in the hipster scene than I would.
Bollocks.
I think you would.
No, I get along with everyone.
Do you? Yeah.
No, I do.
Do you?
I'm universally liked.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean...
You've turned me into Muttley from Wacky Races.
No, if you meet me for the first time in a good situation, like, yeah, I can get along with anyone.
You're on board.
Yeah.
And then they get to know you.
But then I actually meet them afterwards and get to know them like, you're a fucking nuisance. And then they would think I'm a fucking nuisance. So, probably not, no. Simple question, lads. Where do you get the best chicken fillet roll in Balbriggan? Oh, in the Brig. Hashtag Bavrol.
I'm glad to see where everyone's head is at.
Yeah.
People clearly want to know about the chicken fillet rolls, and apparently our opinion matters. But we've already said it.
Yeah.
The best chicken fillet roll, it comes from Top Spar, because realistically, there's nowhere really else. Like, as Only Heggs said, Bottom Spar might have been a contender. I don't think that's the case, but Only Heggs is a firm believer.
Dean, explain exactly how a deli worker should do a fucking chicken fillet roll. Can I get a roll?
Okay. I say, what type of roll would you like?
Just crispy roll.
Graham, would you like butter or mayonnaise?
Both.
Okay. Would you like any salad?
Just lettuce, cheese, maybe throw a bit of stuffing in there for the crack.
Okay, stuffing. That is a curveball, to be fair, for a roll. So, naturally, you put the butter and the mayonnaise on. I think in that circumstance, stuffing goes on first.
Shout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go cheese. Then you go lettuce.
Yeah.
And then you say, what's on after that? Normally they're going to say plain or spicy chicken fillet.
I say spicy.
Yeah, that's fine. Spicy chicken fillet. Cut it down, put it on top of that. The heaviness of the chicken fillet keeps the filling in. I know some people would think maybe cheese goes on top to make cheese.
No, it doesn't.
No, but listen to my reason.
It never does.
I know it doesn't. Cheese doesn't go on. No, not cheese on top. I mean, maybe cheese before the lettuce, or cheese after the lettuce. But some people might think that way because maybe the cheese melts a bit because of the fucking chicken fillet. But that is not the case. To have a sufficient chicken fillet roll, lettuce is the very last thing you put on it because it's the heaviest of all the fillings you're putting on. So in that scenario, sauce like mayonnaise, butter, stuffing, cheese, lettuce holds it all down, and then makes everything stick to the mayonnaise and the butter. The chicken fillet fucking holds everything down because of the weight of it. Wrap it up, chicken fillet roll.
And the stuffing was a curveball.
Stuffing actually was a curveball.
Yeah, but you just got a new job, so I wanted to make sure you were up for it.
Yeah, and did I get the job?
No. No.
Shout means.
But anyway, the questions have been fucking good.
Yeah.
It's actually my favourite part.
Yeah,
answering the question. It brings up a lot.
Yeah.
And it's good. And it helps us maybe bring up more topics. But
it also helps us loosen up a little bit, I think. Even though they're right at the end, I think.
we were already loosened up before the questions. But it's
that's because of the cheeky wank.
It's because it's not stuff we're planning to talk about.
No,
so
exactly.
we do enjoy the questions. It actually makes pretty much half of the podcast.
Yeah.
So thanks for the questions. Keep them coming next week, and if you keep listening, fucking brilliant. If not, we're gonna keep fucking doing it anyway. So we're gonna fucking head out. Thank yous for listening the first week, and if you don't hear this,